Fish is about is kind of loosening up, having fun at work. You must take your work seriously, but just take yourselves a little less seriously. We go into organizations all the time. As soon as I walk in the door, my first thought is the people here, their underwear is on too tight. They're not having a good time. Loosen up. Take your work seriously. Take yourselves a little less seriously. This does not cost any money to do. It starts with one person. One person. It starts with you.
Harry Paul, the Fish Guy, is transforming business all over the world with the Fish philosophy and inspiring organizations with keynote speeches and hands-on workshops. His engaging and appealing message and style applies to anyone in any sector of any organization. Harry is the author of 6 world-renowned books, including the global phenomenon and best-selling business book, Fish, with more than 6 million copies sold. The Fish philosophy, based on the world-famous Pike's Place Fish Market in Seattle, has already transformed many of the world's most successful companies like Johnson & Johnson, Verizon, AstraZeneca, Domino's, and Kaiser Permanente. Companies that have become iconic and revered as the best in their business.
What's a business case for this? What's a business case for coming to work and having a good time? Well, if you enjoy working, you enjoy the people you work with, where do you want to spend time? Work. What happens to retention? Goes up. What happens to tardiness? Goes down, right? You like the people you work with. They become your friends. What happens to accountability? It goes up. Are you afraid to share ideas at that time? No, creativity just blossoms. And who comes along for the ride? Productivity and profitability. That's the business case for coming to work and enjoying what you do and enjoying the people you work with. When you play at work, when you look for ways of playing at work, remember, play in the total context of the Fish philosophy, with a good attitude, with being present, with including everyone in it, making people's day. Then it won't be playing instead of work, it'll be playing at work. Because when I was growing up, Harry, you got to do your homework before you go play. You cannot go out and play until you do your chores. Did you have to wear special play clothes? I know. Before you go out and play, you got to change into your play clothes. No wonder why we grew up with this dividing line, play versus work. No, Fish is about playing at work, having a good time with it, enjoying what you're doing, not instead of. I got on the airplane in San Diego, sit down next to somebody, and you always exchange pleasantries. Pleasantries always lead to, what do you do? Found out this lady was a CEO of a large service organization. Hey, I'm jazzed. I want to know how you do your job, how you keep your people focused on the goals, working as a team, dealing with the new economy, the new fears. She was very willing to share, and I wanted to know more and more. I said, Cheryl, tell me more about your organization. Like, for instance, how many people work there? And she looked, thought for a second, said, Harry, I think about half. I know. Was not the answer I was looking for. And I started to think, wait, if half the people were working, what were the other half doing? The half that was working, did they resent the half that wasn't working? Bigger question is, why did she believe only half her people were working? My sneaky suspicion is they did not enjoy coming to work. That's what this program's about, enjoying coming to work no matter what you do.
It starts every morning. When we wake up, who here, come on, be honest with me, who here woke up this morning, looked in the mirror and said, today I'm going to be magnificent? Nobody. If you don't choose magnificent, are you choosing ordinary by default? Think about that. Did anyone not give you permission to choose magnificent? And they could use other words, gorgeous, wonderful, fabulous. I'm okay with that. But if you wake up and say, hey, today I'm going to be magnificent, you will do things differently. Work for the market. It'll work for you.
Harry Paul travels the globe infusing fun and performance into the workplace. His books have appeared on the bestseller lists of the Wall Street Journal, New York Times, USA Today, Business Week, Publishers Weekly, and Amazon.com. Plus, media outlets like CNN's Business Unusual, CBS's Sunday Morning, and Fox San Diego have featured the Fish philosophy. Harry helps to find and create workplaces where people go to work, not because they have to, but because they want to.
Will people talk about you and your organization like they talk about some of the more common enlightened organizations, or so-called enlightened organizations out there, like a Southwest Airlines or a Nordstrom's or a Disney? Will you do things so differently that people would use you as an example, hold you up as an example? Do you want a hug? Somebody want to give David a hug? This is a big boy. I can't get my arms around him. Oh, no! All right. Come here.
With accolades to describe Harry as brilliantly outrageous, an oasis for our dried-up culture, and a mastermind of change, people will get excited about coming to work. They'll engage. They'll perform. They'll produce results like you've never imagined.
Think how much time we spend at work. Man, we get up in the morning, we have to get ready, we have to drive to work. And in LA, I know in the Southland, that's a challenge. We go into work, we have to decompress after work, then we go home, we have to spend those 15 minutes with our family because we're obligated to. And then what do we start doing? We start thinking about work again. Man, do you want to do that in a toxic environment where you're not having fun? No. Choose that attitude, have some fun, be present, understand the mission, vision, values of your organization and live it your way, and make people say, wow. That's all the fish philosophy is. Your life will be enriched.
The fish spirit is highly contagious, and people all over the world are catching it. Yeah!